Well, 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 here we are for the final game of the night, the one that poses to be a bit of an absolute glory fest. This is probably where we're going to see tremendous kills, show-stopping, depth-defying stunts, and of course, the two big names in North American Quake, DaHanG and Rapha.
Yeah, things are about to get messy at the moment, but I'm going to clearly outline that I believe Rapha's a favourite in this.
Go on.
I'm going a bit all early, but DaHanG has been at times the best player in the world. I wonder if he can kind of show his former glory a bit and maybe teach Rapha a lesson a bit.
Yeah,
that would be spicy. We got our guy here, the accountant, the best tune ever, by the way, almost as good as Wenger's.
It is good.
And this guy again, he's a bit like Kilson-esque in a way, and just how optimal all his decisions are. He's virtually scientific in his plays. Everything's so calculated. And you don't expect him to come up with the most flashy kills, but sometimes he will just wow you with his capabilities in the game and his predictions. The guy's phenomenal. I just wonder what kind of level we're going to be getting from him tonight.
That is true, because sometimes obviously, it seems like we get like a bit of a back and forth, a metronome of where exactly he's going to be at. When he turns up, he's absolutely sick, though, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel like any time he plays versus Rapha, or Rapha plays versus him, it's a huge battle of respect.
Yeah.
And it almost doesn't matter the shape of each individual. You feel like you're going to get a mind-blowing series no matter what. But obviously on the other side, you got Rapha, who's been he's the greatest of all time. He's been cementing himself since pretty much his entire circuit last year is when people were like, okay, no one's ever criticizing this guy ever again because he's in the history books now as the best person, and whoever's going to take over his accomplishments, I mean, they've got many more years of work to do, and it all has to be perfect. The guy's just monstrously good, and anytime he ever got criticism in the past about his mechanical ability, because he's very much the brain of the game, now his mechanical ability is just as good as how he thinks about the game. So it's such a difficult formula to fight against.
It's rough, right? You've got a man that not only has all the brains, but has the brawn to back it up.
Yeah.
And he packs a punch when he goes in swingman. Absolutely windmilling in towards the server. Railgun shots galore. The shotgun comes out non-stop. The way he assesses these scenarios is so different to the normal player. It's ridiculous to witness. But let's see if there's going to be any tricks into the formula. We have the vetoes for this one.
So, Ranger straight off. Oh. So right away, I feel like DaHanG's got a better pick for Vale. Map 2, interesting. We're getting Athena on. Oh, that's very interesting that Rapha's giving us this. I do like Rapha's pick the most on Corrupted Keep, but Awoken, to me, I'm very, very curious about. I think Nyx is a safer pick, but we know that Rapha's really strong at using things. Like, the one amazing thing about Rapha is that when he spots an opportunity to suddenly punish an opponent, it's like that. It's a click, and he's reacted already. And sometimes it's just a 2 units misstep, and that's all that he needs to know, and he can just bite on it immediately. It's tremendously... It's just tremendous how he's able to do it. I'd have to look into it. We need to see behind the science and everything.
Deep into the mind.
Yeah.
Assess how he processes these things.
But I really think that DaHanG's got a good shot in map 1. And I'm taking a statistical-based view on that.
Well, Eisen has not let us down yet, really, in terms of the statistics. I mean, obviously, there was the one shake-up with Kilson, but that seemed to be a bit of a blip, right, in terms of the grand scheme of things. So if the numbers don't lie, we'll see if it is going to be able to back that up and get another win under his belt here. But we do have a pretty good-looking series on our hands. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I think DaHanG's definitely going to take a map in this series. I'm going to touch wood, do all any reverse jinx stuff, so in case I'm jinxing anyone's favorites. But Rapha, it's just always nice when you're seeing him play no matter who it is, right? You've always got to think he's got to be stepping in for a phenomenal series. But it's starting here, Jackie. Let's go.
Here he is. Zoot getting pumped as we delve into the action. Rapha versus DaHanG. Things start off with already a little bit of chaos being caused. Rapha favouring the shotgun to start with. Switches straight into the LG. Non-stop chaos is thriving as temperatures are rising.
It's a constant re-engages right there. Dicing with the levels of ammo that they're working with. Rapha goes in for a very risky pick on that light, but punishes with the rail shot. Very nicely executed, and it allows him to secure the heavy, and all of a sudden it's DaHanG that's licking his wounds. He's only on a couple of points of health. And that long-range starting shotgun is going to be enough. And also nice to note that he is using a starting shotgun. I feel like there's been a lot of starting machine gun as of late.
That's actually one thing that I was going to mention earlier, was the fact that I feel like Rapha's the only one we've seen that actually busts out the starting shotgun. Everyone else seems to favour the machine gun, which is it's a tidbit. It obviously also backs up the fact that he is so fluent when he has the super shotgun.
No, indeed. And this is a fairly short-range map as well. You maybe expect to kind of run in head first to players. His rockets are so good. Rapha's looking unbelievable in this opening minute. And that is going to be 3-0 straight away. I love it that he's putting Ranger back on the map at the moment.
Yeah, already looking beautiful. Absolute bliss here for Rapha, as he just does what he does best. Just absolute massacring his opponent in DaHanG here. Looking for another pick potentially though, as he'll roam around, start to get some speed up, scopes in. Was hoping to find a shot off with the rail, but there won't be any aggressive plays from DaHanG, as things do slow down slightly. Oh, turret goes up. It's close quarters combat. Could be awkward. DaHanG's so low. Very smooth transition there. From the rail to the LG, the timing was perfect, and it was a flawless kill.
You see the reaction there, how quick he was to bite on that. He hears the turret going around, and he knows exactly what he wants to do there. He uses the rocket to get some collateral damage. The orb, I'm pretty sure, is what killed. It did some damage to DaHanG, and also got rid of the turret. I mean, it's just phenomenally well done. What a chase from DaHanG to get some damage out and to try and make life a little bit easier for him off the spawn. But he's got to try and get some kind of result real soon. And immediately, this incredible vertical rail comes out and punishes everything that DaHanG is trying to do. Unbelievable scenes.
Rapha really just commanding already. 6 kills in the space of 2 minutes. This is a ferocious start, and it isn't over yet. The intro with the dire orb, the double rocket straight to blow DaHanG to bits. That's now 7 kills, and he still is hungering for more. The teeth are out. He's snarling as he re-aggresses with the lightning gun. Not quite going to find the frag with it as he switches back to the rail, but on the full commit, he does, of course, fry DaHanG and leave him lifeless on the ground. That's 8. Can he make it 9, Zook?
The accountant got the numbers wrong on Mega Health right there. He was so early for that item. He's going to try and put some presence again over at the lightning gun, but it's not the Mega that is up anytime soon. It is the heavy. DaHanG has been more or less off the major. I think he's got 2 major items, maybe. I think he spawned with a heavy, if I'm not wrong, but I don't think he's got a heavy since then. Not a bad shot there, but DaHanG needs more of that. More where it came from. And that's not too bad, actually. He might be able to poise himself for this heavy. Needs to get some damage onto it somehow. Takes a little bit. Oh my god, that orb shakes things up quite a lot. Gets onto the heavy, but DaHanG keeps on landing these rails. He strings 3 in a row. I thought it was a genius attack from Rapha, but DaHanG is the one getting himself on the board. Look at the work that he has to do to achieve that.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It took him so much of an investment to actually get a pick on the board. Coming up to the 5-minute mark, and already it's an 8-1 scoreline. It just goes to show how strong Rapha can be when you don't shut him down in the early game. DaHanG, he needs to look to try and push his agenda more and more here, though. Goes for the armor pickup, secures himself the heavy. He's looking good in terms of the stack, but he doesn't have much to play with in terms of his actual ammunition. 2 rails, 7 rockets. It was all has to be focused on the LG, really, and that's just what he's going to do. Opens up with the LG, a near miss on the rail. The turret goes out. Oh, Rapha being cheeky with the response, though.
Managing to retain some control. Needs to be able to press the issue around this heavy timing. Make Rapha feel a little bit uncomfortable. Oh, he can't get the heavy away from Rapha, but he's not doing some terrible damage. 61 HP. LG just trickling away at his health. The flick misses. Oh, Shotgun no. Having a hard time too, but Rapha has plenty of times to try again.
He was able to adjust himself, line it up, and eventually find the kill. DaHanG straight back into things already with the opening rail. Gets a small tag off to at least soften up Rapha.
I think get LG. All good.
does go back for it. The turret was the area of effect denial.
Ooh, love the pickup from Rapha. He's on his way up on that rocket jump trajectory and just secures what looks a bit like one of the easier frags of the game with that starting shotgun yet again.
Wow. That's ridiculous.
What is Rapha doing at the moment? He's just annihilating DaHanG. It's not even close. It's just not. It's just a total opposite. Total domination. What are these rails on top of that? It's just staggering how good he is mechanically at the moment. There's a turret on the floor, but he is just persevering.
Prioritizes the actual target rather than having to deal with any shenanigans, and it works out so well for him. Rapha, complete control. DaHanG reveals his cards a little bit too early there, gets slapped in the bottom from the aerial upshot of the rocket. The response with the lightning gun, both of them are so low! Oh, it seemed like DaHanG was going to get the kill, but the switch to the rail is so perfectly timed!
His lightning gun to rail switches in what look sometimes like slightly dire circumstances have been... it's just been exceptional. I feel like he's hit almost all of them.
So good.
And DaHanG's just trying to get something done at the moment. Throwing a turret out because, I mean, what else can he do? He should secure this kill. But to try and get 12 more back, GLHF.
DaHanG knows exactly what Rapha was up to. He's doing an awful lot of damage, but when you get to close range, once again, Rapha hitting him with a Rapha special that I told you about, Zoot. The shotgun is always just so poised.
You were not wrong about that. There has been a lot of shotgun action from Rapha, both super and standard.
It's crazy, though, that for me, he seems to be the biggest pinnacle of players that actually prefers using the weapon. He seems to use it so effectively.
Did he rocket himself there?
Oh, sure. How does he get away?
There's a turret too. DaHanG is low HP at the moment. He's looking for a rail shot. That certainly could have secured a kill for him, but right now just a kill isn't enough. You just need more. And there isn't really time for more. But we do get to see Rapha conjuring some more of these fantastic situations for us. And I won't get tired of watching that.
If DaHanG is trying to buy himself a chance in this map, the frags are the currency, then right now he is too poor to find his way into the game. He needs to do something outrageous if there was any chance of it happening, and it just seems like it isn't physically feasible. It's 2-15. Rapha is just toying with his food, eventually goes down, but even then it doesn't make that much of a difference. There's still so many more frags that would need to be picked up in record time for DaHanG that it seems like map 1 has essentially already been carved in the history books as a victory here for Rapha.
I see. Heavy up in a moment. I'm curious to see if DaHanG can at least build any kind of momentum to try and make it feel better for map 2. Oh, Rapha's been very active with his Dire Orb generally. I just wonder, because we haven't seen that much success with Ranger, I'm wondering what are people been doing wrong? I mean, you look at what people do wrong, you got to look at what people do right, and you have to look for Rapha for that. He's been far more assertive with his orbs. It's been misdirecting a lot, repositioning himself a lot. He's not being stingy with it, he's using it a decent amount. And he's always collecting those hourglasses to kind of deny it from his opponent too.
I think that is the bigger takeaway from it, is the fact that compared to Rapha right now on Ranger than anyone else we've seen today, he's probably had one of the highest amounts of it actually being used throughout the game.
Yeah.
Basically, every time it's off cooldown, it's used.
No, exactly. He finds a reason for it. That turret is having a laugh at the moment. I'm very curious about items and damage stats afterwards, actually. We'll get those in a few moments, but map 1 is a full lockdown here, 17-3, favoring Rapha.
There you go. Take him out the oven. He's done. He will find that victory there oh so easily. It was incredibly dominant the entire way through, 17-3 in total, as Rapha was just living it.
I mean, yeah, 50% rail, 13 of 26. He hit so many good rail shots. damage is only 400 above DaHanG, but look at the items. 20. It even gets more light armors somehow, and still like 3 times more major items. I mean, Rapha was just all over the place there. Yeah, I mean, what can you say?
Crazy. There's crazy stuff.
What can you say?
Ridiculous. All started off, of course, as well with a shotgun smackdown there from Rapha, the first player today that we've seen actually using the starting shotgun, and he made complete use of it. It definitely worked quite nicely as an extra addition to his toolkit.
I wonder if there's going to be some Europeans who are going to be like, hang on a second, people are still using that thing? Because the machine gun has very much been the sort of meta, supposedly. But you know what? You have got to look at it a map-by-map basis, a matchup-by-matchup basis. And Rapha, again, he's pretty scientific when it comes to that.
Well, any technical edge that you can find into a match, you might as well take, right? And it's the fact that that's definitely notable, because that is the first time over the course of the entire Quake Pro League for me that I've actually really seen that coming through as a starting pick with a shotgun, which obviously that itself is actually quite a big milestone. And again, just backs up the fact that Rapha is so fluid in use of the super shotgun, which he prioritizes in some situations in close quarter fights, that it clearly must have an edge.
Yeah. I mean, it does do great burst damage, but because it's no longer the sort of flavor of the month weapon, and it received a bit of a nerf and so on, people are like, well, it's not flavor of the month, means I won't use it anymore. It's still great. It's just not dominating, right? Yeah. And there's still some great times to use it. So I think there's certainly going to be some players who are going to take a look at this and be like, Rapha rides the meta sometimes. Let's try and catch on to what he's doing.
Well, he's scrolling down in his playbook. But at the end of that one, that is Rapha looking oh so dominant versus DaHanG. Obviously, these two, when they battle it out, it definitely provides for some crazy, crazy action. And that was... I mean, that was basically that. It was just the fact that Rapha was popping off to a ridiculous pedigree.
So what we've got next is an Awoken with Nyx for DaHanG and Athena for Rapha, I'm pretty certain. Yeah. And I'm just so curious what will happen with that. Is it going to be as explosive as this? I didn't expect this map to be quite that fast. I expected Aizen to certainly stand out a lot more than he did just then. He just got thumped. Athena, though, Rapha can make it work. He can make anything that he wants work. If he's doing it, it's probably a reason for it. So, yeah, I'm going to sit back and find my popcorn again.
Just delve into it. Yeah. Get both hands in there. Some big mouthfuls.
Exactly.
I'm excited.
A lot of Quake this weekend, so there's a lot of popcorn.
Oh, there is. And of course, there's more to come tomorrow as well. So we're nowhere near being done in the grand scheme of things. But let's delve back into it. Map 2, Rapha versus DaHanG. It's over on Awoken. So wake up for this one, everyone, as it is going to be absolutely tasty. Athena, let's see her zipping all over the gaff.
DaHanG not going to be challenging at the bounce pad. Not totally crazy at the moment. But there's the trifecta for Rapha. He's got those hourglasses to work with too, and Hook's fully ready. Don't see a lot of Athena on this map.
Curious of how much of an edge or in which way it's actually going to be used. Oof. Yikes, that actually could have been the opening frag already there, nearly, as Rapha connected the opening rail, looks to try and get some more as well. DaHanG basically dead. This man is living on borrowed time.
1 HP he had then. A singular point of health. Oh my god, he's getting railed again. He has got the Ghost Walk. I'm actually glad that DaHanG did not use it. He needs to hold his life at the beginning of the spawn. And with no Ghost Walk, then you're in a lot of trouble. There's also Rapha being very, very careful of the hooks. So the fact that he's not been using the hooks all the time means that there's going to be a moment where he's going to have to just jump into combat or out of combat really, really fast. And it'll shake things up.
Ooh, he's leaping straight into the LG there, taking a fair bit of face damage. The Ghost Walk is going to come through as he wants to try and get away scot-free from that one. Does disengage. Rapha. Nice movement, good prediction as well. Had a pretty accurate idea of what was going on. Slight use of those hooks to actually pull himself around and get an extra bit of the movement speed out.
I think what he was trying to do there is use the hook and simultaneously deny the hourglasses. But the thing is that it didn't count as using his hook till after the whole movement phase was done. Oh my god.
That was sick.
What's he doing again? Let me like finish something for a second before you just destroy DaHanG again. 3-0. There we go. 2 minutes in.
This is ridiculous. Or the drop down. Slight miss on the rail. Couldn't actually quite connect it. Not that it matters, though. It's already been 3 kills in the space of 2 minutes, so he's going to be pretty happy with the overall level of damage he's been bringing to the table.
DaHanG needs to find a way to put a stop to this. So much confidence, and Athena's so strong when she's got this type of stack. You can do anything you like. DaHanG's got no Ghost Walk available. I think he's probably even scared to show his position and try to do some out-of-control damage, because if he misses, Rapha's just going to turn around and blast him in the face.
Coming up onto the 3-minute mark. Rapha essentially at this point trying to chase DaHanG. DaHanG being quite elusive in avoiding any type of confrontation, but that might actually give Rapha an edge. The swing into action, looking like George of the Jungle as he gets into a power play position. Starts to fire down with a lightning gun. It's a big tag, but he starts to retreat. Didn't fully commit to the fight. Repositioned to give himself a better angle to play from. DaHanG coming straight towards him. Again, taking raw face damage from this railgun. The follow-up with the tri-bolt. No, it'll be the rocket to the lips.
Again, DaHanG has got a Ghost Walk, but what has it really been meaning so far? He'll have rockets, he should have lightning gun. Looks like he might be trying to work his way towards the rail, but Rapha's got a raging clue about what's going on at the moment. Does manage to escape quickly to get onto Mega, now right back in, forces out the Ghost Walk. Good damage, in fact, this time from DaHanG. Oh, missed shot, DaHanG, you can't afford to miss anything versus Rapha. It's got to be 100% the whole lot. Love the swings. That is such a perfectly executed swing into rail.
Oh.
Whoa.
He is
Through her legs.
wanting this kill. DaHanG, oh my goodness.
What? What a flick there with the shotgun. He knew that DaHanG was low. Oh, that reminds me of the base clip on Blood Run, actually. That was so rapid.
It's ridiculous, though. I told you, he's just a super shot with a shotgun. He's so sick with it.
He's just a straight up superstar. DaHanG's go down again. The shotgun's out. Perfect weapon switches. I mean, what is there to say? This is... What's a good word to describe it? It's more than surgical. It's more than exceptional. Everything's good. It's a happy time right now. Yeah. Rapha living at large.
I mean, it is absolutely sickening. Like,
yeah.
It is just pure filth that is being emitted from Rapha right now, the way that he's able to approach the game. Everything is just the correct move. This guy doesn't make mistakes. He's like an AI designed specifically just to play Quake.
It's just a way for DaHanG to get into this. Like, how can he block what Rapha's doing? Oh, stuck for a moment. Does manage to get out of there. Was a moment of concern briefly, but DaHanG, he's got to land something. Mega in a moment, and he cannot do a thing. I think DaHanG's whiffing some shots and probably beating himself up about it a bit.
Rapha, perfect timing there to grab himself a heavy. He's got all 3 of those hooks to play with, but he's just going to be sinking his hooks deep into DaHanG and pulling him to pieces systematically one by one. Wants a further frag. The shotgun's going to come out to slay, and of course it will do just that as he blows him to bits once again.
It's going to be Mega up in a second too. There's a couple of 25s. He doesn't go any further, but he hears DaHanG over there. Alright, let's just make sure we secure this item. And DaHanG is just like... Let's do something, man. Let's make something happen over here.
Straight back to the shotty.
Oh, okay, okay.
Finally.
It's the one time that Rapha's shotgun switch just doesn't work out for him. He just had a little bit too much health to try and take away. Sees him, but it's a bit too late before he can do anything. Mega's up. Oh. But these shots missed. He just doesn't seem quite on fire with that timing or that position around the major items. DaHanG playing a little bit loose, and yeah, Rapha's just tightly screwed on everything.
Oh, DaHanG with a follow-up shot as Rapha pops out through the portal. Bear in mind, there's still actually quite a bit of time left into this one as well. DaHanG, 4 rockets, 6 rails. Fires out 1 more as his ammunition is dwindling down, but his confidence is rising. Goes in for the full frontal attack, wants to try and hit him upside the head. Launches back round the corner. The lightning gun comes out to play. Starting to send sparks flying, but Rapha on 8 HP fires back with the railgun and just blows him wide open.
If he does just get taken, lots of hooks being used to get himself some extra charges on the health at least. He's gonna find him this time. The nails. DaHanG trying to do something. Hooked into the corner. 10 frag advantage over DaHanG. DaHanG is trying so hard as well to break him, but Rapha just keeps hitting the clutch shots. He delivers everything that he needs to and then some.
I thought we were watching Rapha play Quake, but clearly this guy has just gone fishing right now because he is hitting all of these hooks. He is doing everything in his power. It is crazy, the level that he is able to just dominate here in this matchup, Zoot.
I mean, it's a show. It's not the show I thought we were going to get, but it's certainly a show.
It's crazy.
If he's as far ahead of DaHanG, who's the second best in the Americas, I mean, he's staring down Luca and he's like, yeah, I'm winning that.
I mean, if he's got any kind of form close to this, I'd imagine so, because the way he's approaching it has just been so beautiful to watch. 12-1. We've still got another 2 minutes left on the clock here as well. So the fact is, it's just sheer ridiculousness that has been served up. Rapha, feel like he was finally left in a situation where maybe he wouldn't actually win it for once. DaHanG has a slight favoured advantage with the stack, but is he going to try and push off the back of it? Doesn't really fancy his chances. Instead, grabs the Mega, repositions from there. Rapha gliding around.
It's just awesome to see Athena played like this on Awoken. Oh my god, he actually finds the angle. Because one thing Athena doesn't have a lot at the moment is any presence on the stats. There's just a very small amount of sample games of her.
Final minute. Rapha. He wants to secure this and make sure that this is his 2-0 already set in stone. DaHanG, unless somehow the stars align and everything went his way.
3-0 already? I mean, does it not count? Does it just call it game now and it's like, yeah, I've done it, DaHanG. I mean, I still want to see the next map, but it's been the most dominant games of the evening.
An absolute spanking.
Yes, I think that is the technical term, the legal definition.
Yeah, yeah, that's in the handbook.
So quick to readjust. So you want to get into connector, you have to pay this toll.
Got to pay the Rapha toll.
It's getting expensive. I like that. I think there was a perforation and then Rapha trying to like rocket jump back again.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised actually. DaHanG even gets himself the heavy from it, but unfortunately that's that was not the best frag so far of the match, but unfortunately that was all DaHanG could offer us was right at the end of that map. And DaHanG's accuracy is significantly lower at the moment than Rapha's too. I feel like DaHanG has these games sometimes where he's clearly not hitting what he's capable of doing. Rapha's obviously not making it easy for him to hit, but the fact that he's also maybe not feeling it is, yeah, not a combination you want.
No, it is worrying, but it just goes to show that Rapha just in such an incredible position. You know, the aim is on point, the movement's outrageous, the prioritization of different weapons depending on the fights he's in, all of it just looks so clean, so smooth, and he is giving us constant highlight reels full of just him fragging out like a lunatic. It's all been so precise. You've already won the series. At this point, Rapha's got 4 points set in stone. He'll be taking those home with him no matter what. But there is that bonus to play for, Zoo.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I love that. I think there was an amazing kill around here. I don't know if we managed to catch it. He did this incredible... I don't even know if it's a frag. That's probably why it's not on. But he did this amazing hook to just a landed rail. I don't think it resulted in a kill, but I just thought, wow. It reminded me of Tox, actually, just the way that he crouch slides around or Anaki's around. And manages to hit these absurd shots. It's essentially doing like some kind of 360 in order to execute that whole maneuver.
It's just so nutty, some of the shots that we have actually seen from Rapha alone today. He's given us some of the sickest flicks.
That kill there too was actually silly. That's just cruel. That one you don't need to do, okay? He's your friend, alright? Don't burn bridges.
You'd have to go full Scorpion on him.
Seriously.
It's not acceptable. Ketchup would have loved that one, to be fair.
Yeah, oh man, he would be all over that.
Oh, yeah. He would have got
He'd be high-fiving you.
He would be. He would be. Map 3.
Yeah.
This is really what it all culminates to at this point. Are you fully subscribed to the idea alongside me that I think this is going to be a Rapha Dom down and he's just going to walk away with all 8 points?
I mean, we have no evidence to say it'll be anything else.
Based off the back of those 2 benchmarks, I think that's fair to say, right? But we're into it. Let's see if there is going to be any showstoppers. This man has already found himself a super shotgun. I am shook.
That was brave. That was ooh, okay. Go fight. DaHanG getting first blood. That's what I want to see. Now, I know what Ketchup would say in this instance, and Ketchup would be entirely right. DaHanG invented Struck. He's the guy who brought him to the fray. This guy is going to dominate with it. If anyone can dominate with this champion, it's DaHanG. And look what he's done in the first 30 seconds. Dominated. But it is 30 seconds, though.
You're absolutely right, Ryan. That was fantastic to really set the table for this.
I'm trying to think of another like Ryanism. But I don't want to say bear in mind or ever so slightly. So
you could just ever so slightly say bear in mind.
Yeah, good.
1 minute into the action, though, see? Let's see where DaHanG can take it from here. That's a great start, though. You've already got the opening pick on the board, right?
Yeah.
If he can try and actually control around this. And oh, okay.
Spicy. What a quick reposition, though, from Rapha to try and get something going. That mega health stack is just gone. Imagine if DaHanG actually takes this map, though. How weird would that be after what we've seen over map 1 and 2?
The thing is, I don't feel like you can count either of these players out at any given point, no matter what you've seen prior.
Oh, you had to rocket jump out there. There was no way out unless you rocket jumped. We've seen, like, the Wenger rocket jump to 3 HP there, or 2 HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, we needed some of that action going on.
Uh-oh.
He's behind you. That's the Pantomime.
That is the Panto.
Yeah.
Oh, he's hit with a question mark.
Oh, that's not sat well with Tim.
Sound? The elevated angle, though, from Rapha. Spooked off by the Pika that's going to try and come around and cause some shenanigans. He then fully commits back in towards the fight. Rapha, we know how damaging he can be with his LG, but he doesn't want to bust it out. He's just going to use the rockets and hit him with the powers that be. He begins to back off. That's a totem down. So he'll be happy to start building himself a little nest over here.
We've got equal stacks going at the moment, though. DaHanG is seeming to get a bit more comfortable in this series. He's been pretty good with the heavy machine gun. He has a fewer resources to sit by, but we're starting to get that next rotation coming in within 10 seconds. And DaHanG, has he got another light for himself? It's not spawned. Ooh, rocket. The thing is, DaHanG has sacrificed the mega health now. Wow, he actually gets himself on a heavy and lands this insane rocket. What the hell just happened with DaHanG? He just doesn't want to take this anymore. He's done.
He has had enough.
He's tired of the abuse.
The gloves are off. The bare knuckles are exposed, and he's swinging.
It was that hook kill. It just got to him, you know.
I think it probably did.
Yeah.
Or Pika back in play. Rapha low, could be the frag. Gets him fairly low. Goes all in with the LG. That'll be the kill. Barely surviving as well. About 60 in total overall, combined with his armor and health. So horrible stuff.
Who do you think you are messing with DaHanG's Strong and Pika? That's all I got to ask. Just don't take it lightly. I mean, we took it lightly, you know? How dare we say what we said?
With sound waves that to human ears
Don't
are
answer the
translated
question, it's
into...
rhetorical.
Well, right now, DaHanG finally having an advantage, but Rapha nipping at his heels as he's trying to work his way back up. It's a 3-2 split on the scoreline. Rapha getting the pick up there onto the heavy is going to be quite happy. Fully commits into the fight. The rockets are very damaging, though. Gets him so low. DaHanG gliding around there. Did bust out the super shotty, but we're not going to get to see him hit him with a stunner.
Backing off a little. This is good dodge from the rockets, too. DaHanG's coming into his own a little bit. Rapha was staring down 8 points for a while. It doesn't seem so certain anymore. And now the shotty's out from DaHanG again. And he's got items to pick up. He's got decisions to be made. But he's neglecting the heavy armor. I want to see how he wants to rectify this. Looking for some out of... Well, I say out of control damage. Some item damage, I guess.
It's nice to see both of them actually busting out the super shotgun as well now.
Yeah.
The feud has really kicked off.
Oh, he's got to be careful there, man. I feel like he's playing with fire with some of his Pika plays.
Oh, the glide through the portal. Rapha so low. literally minutes away from perishing there as the full commit comes back around the corner. The lightning gun will finish him off. DaHanG building such a huge lead. He does not want Rapha getting those additional points. He is saying no.
What a surprise, man. What a surprise at the moment. And fair play to DaHanG. Yeah. Mental fortitude to keep going strong into a map 3 after you're down in the series. That's what I want to see here. That's really what I want to see.
It's so crazy how quickly the tempo of this game has changed, though, compared to map 1 and 2.
So he's going to finally get himself onto a heavy over here. There's a little bit of a delay on Mega. DaHanG has got to be conscious that this is a possibility. So what's very important for DaHanG, he doesn't make a move which involves banking on the exact Mega timing.
DaHanG, the elevated position now. Scoping it out, scouting it out, and trying to figure out what exactly is going on. We'll spot those nails that are whizzing by him. Shot out by Rapha. Rapha starts to commit. Bit of damage done on the transition around the corner there. DaHanG breezes off and does actually get away scot-free from that scuffle.
Good old scuffle.
It's like a scuff and a kerfuffle.
I like it. He does really need HMG ammunition, actually. That is a little bit of a problem for him. So I hope he... Oh, there's machine gun ammo from in front. So much damage. It goes into the gauntlet. I like it, man. I like it. Get things spicy. There's a couple of totems, though, that he hasn't noticed. He hasn't been over to LG in a while, and there's really no reason for him to go there. But he's going to swap out. Oh, God. Rapha just attacks all of a sudden. 2 totems. Oh, this could be a turn of the tide here. That's a lot of damage to suddenly take.
Jinkies. DaHanG.
Uh-oh.
He's going to have to peek her back up. He knows Rapha's location. He slows things down, doesn't overcommit on the push around the corner. Instead, holds strong for the meantime. Rapha, now with another totem in play, is just going to be coming back up. He's in a good spot. It just depends how he actually opts to play it from this point forward. DaHanG looking up to the skies when in reality he needed to look down below. Taken out. Rapha holds on as well so he can grab the heavy. And he's now in a huge spot to start to chip away and come back into this. 3 kills dividing them both at this point over the period of the next few minutes.
Big problem was that he survived with sub 10 HP. DaHanG getting out that last rocket and hitting it direct was very, very important for him to retain some kind of lead. So right now things looking somewhat even, actually. But we know that Rapha can open up the taps at pretty much any moment. And it's good to see that DaHanG's still the innovator with the Strong and Pika. Some of the moves look so risky, but he seems to have the execution down better than almost everybody. I think only really Dramas has been impressing me, but I don't think it's been so much about how he uses the Pika, it's more about just his general navigation and decision making. Whereas DaHanG's also combining very efficient Pika usage. And again, that's just so frustrating for Rapha. He loses a big chunk of life. DaHanG goes up for a risky play of the bounce pad. 9 health left for Rapha. One of those health bubbles gets taken away. It's going to be a discounted mega health combined with a light. DaHanG still favorable off the spawn and starting to pick up those other weapons. He doesn't want to go through a teleporter in case there's some extra damage there. He basically lost control last time because he went through the teleporter. So if he goes up there, he needs to have a strong reason to do so. And a different access point. Triple totems, though. It's a scary point at the moment for DaHanG.
Ooh, the big connection. This could be it. This is actually so important now for Rapha. He's finally put himself back in a position where he can sneak in at the last minute and steal this away from DaHanG. 8 points is still on the cards. It's up for grabs if he 3-0s the series. Massive rocket. Pika comes out to be such a nuisance maker, and he keeps Rapha isolated. He has 50 seconds to find one more kill to at least secure sudden death. He would need 2 to guarantee victory here, but he is coming out worse for wear in these firefights.
This is very tricky. DaHanG managed getting the rocket and the damage he did with the Pika. Now being able to challenge on mega health. He's going to drop down for it. Has a good entry into the fight. Rapha looking weak, and that is a big fight to lose out on. DaHanG can almost do a victory lap at the moment, as he is looking to deny those bonus points for Rapha. Someone had to be slowing him down. And it looks like he's been up to the task, and in fact, all night long, he's just been waiting for that right moment.
Yeah, this is going to be it. You don't have much time left at all. The peak will go. It doesn't matter if Rapha finds the kill. He's not going to get another follow-up in 2 seconds' time.
He didn't delay the spawn. That's pretty... Sorry.
Imagine if he did just spawn in, insta-death.
Yeah, I mean...
Sudden death it is.
There could have been a world there that he did not need to force the spawn quite so quickly, but, I mean, you know, hats off to DaHanG. He looked really in the dumpsters, to be honest, for the first 2 maps. Rapha was everywhere. He's playing such an insane game, but DaHanG, Strog and Pika, Ketchup would be proud. I think a lot of other people are proud. We saw a good map from him in the end.
We did. So that was actually a very exciting finale to that one, which was the Rapha show for map 1 and 2, where he was absolutely living it large and just giving it every golden opportunity that he had, which was all the time. He does secure 4 points at the very least, right? So that's still series win taken to his name, but DaHanG denying it there and showing up and showing that when he's in the environment where he can excel, he still absolutely does.
Yeah. I mean... I'm glad we got the game we wanted in the end, right at the end. Really quality stuff, and I think a clutch rocket essentially is what saved DaHanG. He had to deal that extra damage because there was a sort of 15 to 20 second period where Rapha had overwhelming control and looked like he was moments away from charging into tying the game up. But DaHanG clings on, and I mean, nice string of highlights that we get too.
Yeah, held on for dear life and was able to force himself into a victory there. A much needed victory at that as well in the final map to deny the extra points, but I'm pretty sure overall this should actually give Rapha enough to move his way back up. We'll find out when we actually do get into those standings though, before we shut down the show for the night and have a deeper look at how everything has been effective, because obviously over the course of tonight we have had an awful lot of games. We did see how things shipped up after the EUCIS, but now after the Americas we should have some pretty interesting results. If you take into consideration the WAS result and stuff like that, there's a lot that went on that I think is actually going to cause some big shake-ups.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if we will even get a sort of sneak preview at some matches, otherwise they'll be appearing on social media, of course, as we can start sort of smelling out what kind of games we can be looking forward to, as it's tomorrow. It's in, how many hours is it in? It's not many.
Not many.
There's like, they'll never do master stream. Come on, so you talked about this earlier. Less than 20.
I mean, technically you're accurate, I guess, yeah.
Technically the truth.
Yep.
I just don't want to calculate it exactly, but not that many. It's at 5 p.m. Central European Summertime tomorrow, or it should be about noon-ish in some parts of America, maybe just a bit before, maybe like 10 or 11 a.m. West Coast, up at 9. Sort it out.
Good. Somewhere it will be on at the same time at different times in Zoot's
This is good. This is good. We're covering
Great.
all bases.
We've got it all. It's all locked down. We can't be wrong at this point if we're not factually accurate. But let's check out those updated standings, of course.
Let's take a look-see. All right, so Rapha, of course, still dominating. He was on 28 points beforehand. Look at the amount of kills. He's got 160. I just wish it was 180 so we could go full darts mode.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. DaHanG, I mean, he's actually quite far behind on the kills, all things considered. He's something like 6th, but he's got 24 points. He holds on to 2nd place, but got to check out Waz and what he's doing at the moment. 22. Saige back up to where he feels he belongs, up on 18. Nosfa on 16. But then look at, I think the elephant in the room now is probably Chain down in 8th. That's unexpected when he was the 4th top of the Americas as a QuakeCon. That loss to Waz, that's going to sink deep.
Still feels like it's a bit rough as well for Nosfa, as he really hasn't been having those standout performances that we kind of expect to see from him. Stuck in the middle of the pack there at 5th.
He did manage to get positive games going on today, though, so I don't think he should feel too hard done by. I believe he's going to be having a week off as of tomorrow, basically. He'll be back next weekend because we've got so many games to go through in the near future. But I think he can absolutely, completely go out fighting. But I think there's going to be a lot of the scene that's going to be learning lots from the series that we just saw. Is Rapha mortal on Corrupted Keep? How is Rapha being so successful with Athena? I'm sure there's a lot of things to analyze, and I hope that certainly the aspiring competitive people and the pros are going to be looking at those VODs thoroughly. Yeah,
well, let's move on and have a thorough look at the world rankings and see how everything looks at the culmination of Week 6.
Got those 69 points for Rapha. He does manage to get himself for first place. We were suspecting that would be happening when we saw before that Kilson was briefly in first before the Americas had played their matches. 10 points between Cooler and Kilson. DaHanG 56, Razy 54, Wenger 53. I mean, it's gonna be pretty insane to see who will make top 4 straight into Luca quarterfinals. And I wonder if someone like... It looks like the possibilities are Wenger, Razy, DaHanG, Cooler, Kilson, Rapha. Out of those 6, I feel pretty certain about Rapha and Kilson, but then when you look at the next lot, they're pretty damn close on points.
Yeah, it is crazy. Literally just individual points basically between them at this point, which is scary. It means they're going to have like a lights out day tomorrow, because obviously tomorrow being Sunday, that is actually week 7 that's going to be coming up. For any of those players that are looking to really secure themselves some extra points, this is probably the most crunch and critical time in the season when it comes down to it. You know, we're past kind of the halfway point of really needing to get those big wins on the go.
Yeah, and I mean, players now getting past their last bye of the season.
Yeah.
It's going to be scary for players who've got a bye on the last week of the season, where they've just got to be, right, I got the points that I got, let's hope that everything goes well. But some players now are all out for the rest of it, and yeah, the action is strong.
It does look like this thing, things are just only going to go up from here, with what we've had today being absolutely show-stopping, so many fantastic matchups. Any thoughts on the day as a whole?
No, some awesome matches. Trying to think of that crazy Wenger Kilson game that we saw earlier on. Really impressed with what Waz was able to do to chain. We had a brilliant closing match of the day. I'm sure there's plenty more examples, but yeah, it's been a great day for matches, and we've got an entire day left tomorrow.
We do indeed. We are going to be back, of course, same time, same place tomorrow with week 7. If you've enjoyed all the action that went down today, you will want to return for that. Meat and Zoot will be here guiding for the actions of course, all of the wonderful people here at Face It with producer Reese at the helm. We will see you next time.